But every time it got there, you see what happened to the price. Boom, it ripped. It ripped. The price ripped up. If the company never will be profitable, then that's how that gambling thing go. Like if a company is never profitable, that's like buying real estate that's never profitable. Why would you buy real estate that's never profitable? The same way you wouldn't buy another asset class that's never profitable. When you buy an asset class, you want it to be profitable. So how can they be more profitable the upcoming years? Because the last years they've been tripping. Okay, what's good? Hey, this is gonna be one of the most informative, best videos and the fastest videos on why you should buy UPS stock. But hey, I don't want y'all to think I'm no financial advisor. I'm not. I'm just finna give you like 10 big ass informational facts that's gonna help you with your investment in UPS that you could use to your advantage. And we about to start now because I want to make it under 5 minutes, but I know it's gonna be under 10 probably because it's a lot of stuff. But first thing first, we about to go over is the RSI and the MACD on the highest time frame, the monthly time frame, because the higher the time frame, the safer it's gonna be. First, this is what we gotta do, right? RSI is right here. Just follow along with me if you beginner, or just listen if you advance. You feel me? Relative strength index, and what we're gonna do is circle every time it got to the 30 level or below. Boom, and then barely right there. But every time it got there, you see what happened to the price. Boom, it ripped. It ripped. The price ripped up. Look at my arrows. And now it's here again. And hypothetically, the trend and the pattern the last 3 times, or yeah, the past 2 times was, you know, this. Let's go down to a smaller time frame, weekly time frame. We can just see it closer. You can see the weekly time frame. It reacts more with the RSI just because it's a shorter time frame. So we can see it bounce faster and more on the weekly repeatedly. If my mouse act right, it bounced there, it bounced a little there, it bounced a lot there. Then you see here, it bounced here, right? And so it bounced, what we could say, what, over 10 times, or you know, however much. But that's just the RSI. But the RSI isn't the holy grail, so we gotta add more to it, right? The more things, the better, you know. I mean, first thing first, UPS is a well-known household name, basically. Who don't know about them, you know, and over 220 countries, you know. But yeah, let's keep going. The resistance turned support, that's what we finna go over now. In one video, I'm gonna break down more trends and patterns so y'all can see it easier. But this was a past resistance for UPS back in 2004, 2006, and it never broke this range. We can actually put a range. Let's do a range. We do a range of here to here. And I don't want to erase the circles. I'm gonna leave the circles up, cause look, the circles kind of help you see what always keep happening. Look, oversold at this demand area went up. Oversold at this demand area went up. Oversold demand area went up. Oversold demand area went up. So it's already went up from this demand area multiple times. But since it couldn't break this resistance here, and once it did break this resistance, this area here became like a strong demand area. And it's been holding here since what, 2013. It's been holding here since 2013. So use that to your advantage. Yeah, demand. Let's go over some financials. Yeah, the biggest shipper tabs. Boom. Here goes some fundamentals and some financial ratios that are very important, because you still don't want to be just throwing your money in anything. You still got to check and make sure it's good on the background. There are some things that's wrong with UPS. Like it is some red flags and some risk to UPS. I guess we could go here. They have a high dividend. I ain't gonna lie, I love their dividend. They dividend high, but they dividend ain't going away in my eyes. And Yeah, let's exit out of this because we don't need that no more. But yeah, you see all the great things about UPS as well. But UPS do have some hate, I ain't gonna lie. And I think my shit freezing. Hold on. Damn, that shit gonna be loud though. When my shit be freezing, I put a fan on it so that bit can cool down, but it's gonna get overheated. But okay, they fundamentals. Look, UPS is the 4th biggest transportation company in the world. And first off, they the biggest parcel delivery company, because this DoorDash, this, I don't know about them for real, this Uber, you know? So UPS, the biggest shipping parcel company in the world and the best. Look, RSI 33 low, net margin needs to be higher, and they working on that. They working to get their net margin higher. But they're at a great buy already. So by the time the stock price appreciate, then they net margin gonna catch up. But they stock price gonna be up by the time they net margin. By the time they net margin hit 15, 20%, that bit is gonna be up. Or I'm gonna probably be up like 20% or more probably, I ain't gonna lie. Especially with the dividend. So like people saying they're gonna take the dividend away, but okay. Look, that the equity below 2, that's cool. Dividend yield 7.4, that's a high ass dividend. And look, they've been increasing their dividend consistently over the past, I forgot how many years. So it ain't even like they've been flamming with the dividend yield. Free cash flow is low. Okay, that's cool. They gonna recover, you know. Return on equity is good. Current ratio is good. Yeah. Okay, this the current events and shit. I ain't gonna lie, there's not too many bad current events for UPS, but news-wise that I see on here. There's some good things on here too though. Like y'all can read this yourself though, cause it ain't gonna be too long. Okay, then another thing I like, every stock you wanna buy or you like, just look it up, look up UPS and look up investors relation at the end. Look, this how y'all know I ain't on no fuck shit. My history is clean. I ain't even gotta cut this part out. So that's how y'all know. I don't be Googling no fuck shit. So I'm kinda trustworthy. But yeah, just look up UPS Investor Relations or CHW Investor Relations. Once you look up this ticker symbol Investor Relations, this shit gonna pop up and you can dive in deeper into like, okay, what they really doing to be a better company. Cause if it's like an AMC or if it's a penny stock that's falling, that's trash, and you ain't do your due diligence behind the scenes to make sure like this company actually gonna be profitable. If the company ain't profitable, bro, in no time near soon or never will be, if the company never will be profitable, bro, then that's how that gambling thing go. Like if a company is never profitable, that's like buying real estate that's never profitable. Why would you buy real estate that's never profitable? The same way you wouldn't buy another asset class that's never profitable. When you buy an asset class, you want it to be profitable. So you got to do a little due diligence, and then it's gonna pay you in passive income. Real estate gonna pay you in passive income. Stocks gonna pay you in passive income. But look, okay, year over year, shit down. Year over year. But what are the changes they making to be more profitable? How can they be more profitable the upcoming years? Because the last years they've been tripping. Okay, 3.5 billion in expected savings. I ain't trying to see you yet, bro. Okay, so that might help. That might help this, right? And by the time this recover, and by the time that net margin recover, UPS is going to be, let's see. Yeah, that's cool. I don't know where UPS gonna be, but UPS gonna be up. I don't know, you know. But yeah, that's all I got for real. Hey, y'all just let me know. Under 10 minutes, under 9 minutes for real.